Do you feel that people should feel responsible for their decisions and the consequences as well?
Well, that's a totally different subject. You're definitely referring about free will or predeterminism. Whether
No, I mean more like in a sense of, like, I find like nowadays people are very minded into thinking like society is doing something, like society is shifting them, and in a way I think people are losing a bit of responsibility for their own existence. Where I feel like everyone should go out there and improve themselves and get their bread and do that. And I feel like a lot of people lose that today, and feel like society has to take care of them. And
yeah.
I mean it on that way. Like, do you find that that's true today? That people are more and more entitled to shit rather than working for it?
Well, there's definitely a set of rights that are growing, especially in today's modern society. Because many people are beginning to realize that it is not so easy to, advance in your position in life or your role in life. Like it's becoming harder and harder for you to be born poor and become rich. For you to be born in Colombia and be a citizen of France. For you to be born in Ghana and become a governor in Germany. That's those systems are closing because I don't know the immigration rules, the immigration policy worldwide has really clamped down, and obviously, the economy is in a stressing point now. You know, with this current recession that we're living in, correct? So many people are saying, well, if I'm going to exchange part of my life in order for me to gain access to food and shelter, well, then they better guarantee me some other things because otherwise, why am I giving up so much for so little? You understand what I'm saying? Like say you're a clerk stocking shelves at a grocery store, right? You don't make minimum wage, but you're not making a wealthy salary. You can't buy two homes, go on vacation, have three cars, and have four children if you're stocking shelves at the grocery store, right? And this young person may think, man, I am essential. If I don't come to work today and break the pallet up, cut the ziploc, cut the stretch wrap, open up all the boxes, put them on the ground, put them on a rack, roll them out to the front of the store, put them in the shelves, so then you can come in and grab it and ring it at the store. You're not going to be able to eat. You're not going to have.
Okay, but what's your point with that? Like, you're saying that he should have the salary to buy two homes and go on vacation, or?
No, but he's going to tell you, I need to have healthcare. I need to have free healthcare. Okay, I need to be able to retire at an age and be able to live comfortably. I need to be able to feel safe when I walk at night. I need to have public transportation. I need to have vacation days. I need to have sick days.
Well, you
I need to
want to
have
have all
paternity
those
leave.
things more than you
No,
you
no, no,
want.
no. That's what he's telling you. I need those things.
Right.
Why? Because you're only paying me a moderate salary for
Okay.
this essential work that I'm doing for you.
So what are you saying, that they should have all those benefits?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's the phenomenon that's happening. And
That a lot
in
of people
today's
are stuck
society,
in shitty jobs where they should be
that
in a
are
position.
not shitty jobs. I'm not. I don't think a job is shitty.
No, what I'm
I think
okay. I phrased that wrong, but maybe jobs that at their age and stage in life they should be over, and because of the circumstances of the economy and life, they're still in those jobs, and unfortunately they cannot take care of the right. Because you would agree with me that if you're stocking shelves in a supermarket, not in all cases, but in a lot of cases, you should be young, and that should be sort of your starting point. If you're 45 and you're doing that, it's because something specifically happened in your life, and you should be in your
I
plan.
disagree with you. I think that's that perspective and a form of thinking that is very Western because we are capitalistic And we are always thinking we're going to get a return on our investment. Whatever I have today will become bigger tomorrow. There's always growth.
So you're saying that it should be completely fine, and you shouldn't look at it bad for someone if they want to stock shelves. They should just should do it at any age, and what, be paid more.
No, what I'm saying is that there are many positions in today's society, you know. And if we were to, instead of having this consumeristic competitive nature that has given us a lot, but you can admit that we can no longer continue to believe that there are unlimited resources and they will continue to grow at the pace we have been growing for the past 150 years.
And what do you think? Okay, so I'm getting the idea that you
Well,
feel that.
I mean, well, remember, I asked you a question. I said, do you think we can continue to grow at the pace we have grown for the last 150 years
um
in Earth, just in Earth?
in Earth, I mean, when you talk about growth, we will need to define growth, because I think that there are ways of continuing to grow as a race, but not necessarily consume all of the resources we have on Earth. There is a way to grow in a in an industrialized way where we could fuck up the whole Earth. But I do think that we're getting to the stage in technology where it will allow us as a race to continue to improve and grow, but in a way that's sustainable. I mean, you're already seeing this, with a lot of people like Elon Musk and others. That from what I understand, Elon Musk is gonna put some like tunnels in Florida, right, to help with traffic. But he's already thinking, and not just him, but a lot of people, electric cars. I don't know if in the U.S., but in Europe, it's hard to buy a car that's not electric. They're all electric or hybrid.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I'm
I
talking
had no
shit. Not
idea.
not electric, but the hybrid ones. Like all cars are
So when you
hybrid.
go to the dealership, are hybrids,
Yeah, if you wanna get like the badass one, it's like you need to like order that shit. And if you want a
and they
diesel,
tax you,
yeah.
and they tax you.
Well, I don't know about the taxing. I don't know if it could be the case that there's a special tax if you don't buy a hybrid car. But if you want to get a diesel, you need to have a hookup. I don't even think that's possible. So,
Really?
so yeah. So I think that we're moving towards that. Do you think we can? Okay, so to answer your question, yes, I do think that we can continue to grow at this pace. Not only do I think we're going to, because it's unstoppable, but I think that along the way, there does have to be ways to do this more efficiently with less waste, and more. What do you think? You think we cannot continue to grow at this pace?
I mean, I think that it's been great that we've been able to industrialize and develop technology, and come out of the a very rudimentary living, without paved streets, without air conditioning, without indoor plumbing, you know. But but if but I don't think we can just continue to grow without disregard for the environment, and for the fellow human, you know. You can't continue to think, well, it's as long as I am good and my needs are met, it's okay. Like you have to start thinking like, well, how is that person next to me? I think that's the level of growth we need to develop
Like a more
because
altruistic approach to
not
things.
altruistic, but a cooperative. In
That
we live in a society.
sounds like a system that Che Guevara was part of.
No, 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 no. I'm not talking about communism. I'm not talking about everybody getting paid the same. What I'm talking about is, you have to admit that many jobs that are essential to society are not being paid their worth.
What do you think solves that? Do you think it's just government mandates, or do you think there's a more
No,
organic way to do it?
I just think there should be some unalienable rights,
Okay, when
that
you
you
talk about
cannot take
enable,
away.
then okay. So what are? But it's like, how do you specifically put this in paper? Like, what's the right that you're talking about? Like, if you're an essential worker, then you must be paid at least this amount. Like,
No, like if you're a worker, like if you work, and you perform a job, then you should have access to healthcare. You know, you should be able to buy food. You know, you should be able to get to work safely. In a reasonable time. Um, you should be able to have a safe job
Right,
place.
but how do you accomplish that? Because you say like all that should be, and yeah, I mean, I think that the world should be a lot prettier, but how do you accomplish that? Like, how do you get these people to have that capability of purchasing power? Is it by mandating
I
a
don't think I
specific
don't think
salary?
certain things that right now today are being privatized should be private. You know, they should be part of the government. They should be part of the things that are administered for the benefit of everybody.
Okay.
You know,
Well, I would disagree with you there. I think that
but
the
what I'm saying
government.
is like, yeah,
No, but
go
that's
ahead.
fine. I mean, that's fine. That's just my opinion. I think actually the government controls too many markets already, and they should actually get out of markets. I think the problem with healthcare in the U.S. is not a problem of capitalism; it's a problem of crony capitalism, where you have people with interest in the government passing laws that, for example, in the case of medicine, um, help the insurance companies, and it happens kind of like with the money that's loaned for school degrees, where the price goes up because the person getting the service is not the one paying for it. So the hospitals or the universities, in the case of college degrees, they raise the price because they know the government's paying, or in this case, the insurance is paying. So I don't know if you've seen this, but like in hospitals, for example, if you were to see how much an IV cost, if you were to go to the hospital and you have insurance, they would like invoice the IV like $100. I've seen that shit on invoices, right?
Yeah,
If it was a free market and you went to a hospital and they charged you $100 for an IC thing and you had to pay it like as a patient, then everyone would be like, "Hey, fuck that hospital. Nobody go to the hospital. The hospital's charging $100 for a thing that costs $1, right? The bag of salt and water." So what I'm saying is, the only reason why it's so expensive to go to school or insurance is because the government guarantees it. So
Hmm.
I don't think that making more private things controlled by the government is going to help us. But I mean, I
what,
respect
what
your
I'm saying
opinion.
not what I'm saying not control, but they need to be administered, regulated. You know, and it can't. But like there's this dichotomy. And I think in order for us to exit this dichotomy, to solve this dichotomy, we have to evolve beyond that. So I'm not saying scratch capitalism and go to socialism or communism. How people jump from socialism to communism very quickly. What I'm saying is that both systems are based on, one system's based on, a person that has, a person that hasn't, and then the other one is one that everybody has everything and we're going to give it to everybody. Instead, you know, maybe we have to come up with a system where we are we are in the environment and we are administering the things in the environment.
Like,
So
do
we're
you
stepping
think?
away from a binary system into a unitary system.
Now you lost me there. Okay,
Okay.
to summarize, would you say that we gotta come up with a system where we're so efficient with work that there's enough resources to take care of everyone,
There
and
are enough resources to take care of everyone. They're in the universe.
no,
They're
but,
they're
but,
they
but
are
not,
limitless.
yeah, but they're only worth when you have them synthesized into something. I mean, if they're in the rock, then they're not resources
Yeah,
yet.
I mean, right
Okay,
now there is more open land than paved land in the world.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is like we have the unlimited resources. However, we are given this illusion that everything's scarce to be able to have a system, the capitalism,
I
a
mean, if
system
you,
where you have people
yeah,
that
but
have
no, but
and people that don't.
capitalism simply distributes the scarce resources. I don't think what you're saying is true. There's no unlimited resources. That's not true. If there were unlimited resources, everybody would be rich, but that's not the case. The whole point of economics, I think, is to manage the scarce resources we do have. But I think what you're transmitting, and I might agree a bit on the end of that, is that there are, if we become efficient enough, we should be able to mine all the resources in a way where everybody can maybe live well.
Yeah, I mean that's part of it. Yes, but we have to come away from this fact that like there are people that have and people that haven't, and there's an administration of it. I think we have to step away from that and go into that. Hey, we can all do this, and we need to do it together. And it's not so much like now. However, this has to mean that we are an advanced species, and we don't have people that are lazy, people that don't want to work, people that have mental problems. You understand what I'm saying? Like, well, that's what I'm saying. That's something that we have to work on now. On today's day and age, capitalism has been the most efficient way we have been able to come up with to solve the problems of the past. You get what I'm saying? Because we're coming from slavery, tyrannies, absolute rule, to be able to have some sort of democracy, some sort of elected officials, courts, some sort of basic rights,
Okay,
due
so so
process, things
so
of that.
to conclude on this subject, could we say that we maybe compromise at least on saying that today's world, capitalism has done the best job at taking people out of poverty, and for now, until we come with a better system, is sort of what works
Oh,
best.
absolutely. I mean,
All right,
yes, but we have to become better.
better.
Like
Okay, on
I live in
a
a capitalistic country. I'm part of the capitalism. I'm part of the imperial capital. However, I am saying we can be better. I'm not
okay.
saying we're perfect. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, would you agree with the phrase "be the change you want in people"?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so Broski Doodles, I
Treat
think we're gonna.
that's part of the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated.
Okay,